Fan Studios, secured by DFWSecurity.com. You're rolling with the G-Bang Nation on 105.3 The Fan.
Here we go. It's hour 2 of the G-Bang Nation on 105.3 The Fan. I want to start this hour thanking somebody, I'm just not sure who. Okay, maybe you guys can help me with this. The truckwreck.com fan text is open at 877-881-1053. Of course, we want to thank our hosts here, the owner's box, the Omni, and Stephanie for, getting us here, and Gavin Spittle for being an amazing program director, Lucius Alexander's at Master Control there, 75 to Vinci. I want to thank Carter Freeman for coordinator video, Broadus, Wolchuk, Giafalo, Pluckers for having us out last night. Thanks to them. But somebody has put an emphasis on building a full defensive line, a full defense, not one with gaping holes in it. And maybe it's Will McClay, maybe it's Mike McCarthy, maybe it's Dan Quinn. I don't think it's Steve and Jerry. I think they're kind of going along with what Jason Garrett, Rod Marinelli wanted for about 6 years. So I think it's the coaches. But after a decade of ignoring the run-stopping defensive tackle, the Cowboys they re-signed him. They go get another one in the first round. And they have awesome safeties as well. And now you're actually looking at guys, I don't want to overstate this, but to me last night, the Cowboys draft pick, it means that they now understand what it takes to win the Super Bowl. They were in a delusionary state where they thought the NFL was the NFL of 10, 20 years ago, where you just try to get in and then things break your way in the playoffs. And what they've noticed, I believe, is that once the season starts, teams aren't done. Now the trade has become such a big factor. Teams are making Super Bowl contenders that are much more complete than what we saw even 10, 15 years ago. And as a result, it's more difficult than ever. Sunday or Saturday. Now, if you're playing on a playoff Saturday, maybe your Saturday, but it's going to end your Monday. It could, some days. There's all kinds of crazy things in the draft. That doesn't matter. What matters is, the Cowboys are now looking at the numbers for the team. They're not spending huge money to sell their product.
Really appreciate about Dan and his staff is they know the type of players that Dan wants to play with, and Dan's more than willing to roll his sleeves up, get in there, hit the road, go watch players, interact. Him and Will McClay have a really, really close relationship. Yeah. And so, maybe if Kellen Moore in his administration or his tenure here, if he would have stepped up and tried to be more like, hey, we got to have this kind of guy, and hey, I need this kind of receiver, and hey, instead of just saying, well, you guys pick who, give me the offensive players you feel like that we need. You just go, where Dan's opposite of that. Dan doesn't want you to just sit there and pick the players for him. He wants to have a role in that. Yeah. And I think Will embraces that. Will, being a former defensive coach himself, I think he really appreciates the shoulder-to-shoulder and Oxford, Mississippi looking at players with him.
Yeah, they do. I love the kind of synergy and wisdom I think they've collected over there as a group of guys. I definitely think there's wisdom that we have to protect against the passing game, and corners and edges and tackles and wide receivers are going to be of primary importance. But you can't do that to the extent that you need something else so vulnerable on your team. Yeah. And I think after ignoring this and not really having a starter there since Jay Dallas, this was an appropriate return to respect the defensive tackle. San Francisco, I think, is a prime example of the way they've constructed their defense.
defense, right? They have a dominant defensive line. Do they have outstanding corners? No. They've actually had a ton of turnover at that position, but that's what having a dominant defensive line does. It's going to help every single level. You mentioned the linebacker play. It's also the pressure on the quarterback. It's going to help out your DBs as well. I do think Will McClay gave Mike McCarthy love yesterday during the presser and said this was part of when McCarthy took over. He wanted a bigger, stronger type of football team. Yeah. And, you know, I think Dan Quinn obviously deserves credit here, but McCarthy, we saw him when they went to the war room, was debating, and he kind of held the room for a second. Maybe it was for Mazi Smith. Maybe he was pounding the table for Mazi. He spoke, then you had Will McClay talk. Hard to know exactly who they were debating about, which side McCarthy was on, but I do think McCarthy gives some credit here, deserves credit here. Micah, though, yesterday was a lot of fun because he was doing a live draft show on with Bleacher Report, and so Mazi gets picked, and he talked about the text. I think we have the audio here, LA, but he talked about a text exchange he had earlier in the day with Dan Quinn. Here was Micah about the moment after Mazi got picked by the Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys select Mazi Smith.
Let's go, man! Let's go! Damn you! Yo, look at the text, man. I told you, Dan wouldn't let me down, man. Dan wouldn't let me down.
Read the text. What does it say? You want me to read it? Michigan DT, you texted him today at 3:27, and he responded, "I'm all about that life," with 6 exclamation points, and you wrote, "Please."
We about that life.
How do you feel, Lester Micah Parsons?
No more QBC, AJ.
Wow.
It's just so much fun, like seeing his reaction, the joy to it. And Micah talks about his love for football, and he gets super into this. But you're right. I think McCarthy deserves love, but there's no doubt Dan Quinn does as well. Because you talked about the emphasis Marinelli used to have in that room.
Well, yeah,
I think
they never did it.
I think that if Mike McCarthy is observant, he needs to see what Dan Quinn's doing on the other side of the building there. He needs to take an approach like, oh, well, maybe we didn't step up enough over here on the offensive side. I know that Mike's the head coach. He can take this thing any direction he wants. But, you know, we're talking about drafting guards and skill guys and all that, and tight ends. What do they take? Take a defensive tackle. You know, that's don't tell me that's not Dan Quinn in there. Like, hey, well, you know, if we have a really nasty one technique, we can
stop these quarterbacks.
Well, we can stop teams from throwing the ball.
The pessimist in me is like, wow, we're getting the QB sneak stopper in the first round here, God. Mike, while he's an offensive guy, he knows how much more difficult it is to attack with a defense that has one of those guys. I bet he signed off on it.
Absolutely. I'm not saying it Mike did, but if I'm Mike McCarthy, I see what Dan Quinn's building on that side of the...
Yeah.
His defense the last 2 years, the playoffs, has given up nothing, basically, in these games. The offense is the one that hasn't kind of carried their end of the bargain.
David Moore wrote about that, like, maybe it's time to switch back. This is now the 3rd draft in a row where they've gone first round on defense, and even the CD Lamb year, they came back with Diggs in the 2nd round, and we're putting a high emphasis on defense at some point, but I mean, they still have top 5 offensive stats. I think they have enough offense if this defense can become truly elite. A part of that is, you know, acknowledging that last year they gave up 129 yards per game. Overall, it was 22nd in the NFL. And when Hankins arrived, it changed. And suddenly they were getting something. But then Hankins got hurt. Now, is Hankins getting old? Is he going to get hurt? You have 2 of these guys. You have insurance. And I think that's clutch because, you know, another thing about last year, and I think a reason why Mike is so excited is those edges had their ability to rush taken away. And we saw it on that YouTube show that DallasCowboys.com does where they give you the sounds on the sideline.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's like around week 5 they were like, they're scared to pass against us. And the teams that could run were an absolute bitch to try to beat in the second half of the season.
They were a team that got bullied and pushed around. 2 years ago, last offseason, that was our calling card, right? They talked about the Niners. They talked about the game against Denver where they got absolutely face smacked, right? This team in 2 years, you've had an overhaul and definitely a diversion now in kind of team building of what we're doing.
by getting more physical up front, getting stronger. This isn't a finesse team anymore. This isn't a team you're going to bully and push around. They're here to hit you in the mouth.
Yeah, and there were times where out of desperation, it's, okay, DeMarcus Lawrence, you have to go get kicked inside now and try to be a beast in the middle of a defense, and that's really an unfair ask for you, but that's where the defense found themselves, and so now that won't be the case anymore. So if you're DeMarcus Lawrence, if you're Micah Parsons, this is as much of a home run thing as you could imagine. But I do wonder, are we having different conversations about this if Dalton Kincaid is there?
I don't think so. I think that they were going to go Mazi over Kincaid. I don't think Kincaid, and I could be wrong, I don't think he was their highest rated tight end. He was mine.
Yeah.
But I think they were probably going to plan with Mazi over Kincaid. I've seen some of the beat reporters mention that as well, because I think that's a question a lot of people have.
Yeah, because, I mean, the Bills clearly thought, like, we got to get ahead of the Cowboys to get our guys.
That's a tremendous marriage. Josh Allen with Dalton Kincaid. Fantasy football fans, get ready for a big Dalton Kincaid breakout rookie season.
Yeah, he's an explosive player. There's at least one more explosive tight end on the board. Maybe that's what the Cowboys want to do tonight at 58 with Musgrave, right? Oregon State. LaPorta, Iowa was a very productive tight end. Heard some great stuff about him last night. Kyle Yomati, he led the rushing attack, as a blocking tight end, an absolute, workhorse in that regard. Wasn't great at it, but was very willing and was, obviously smart enough to handle a lot of blocking responsibilities. So there's a couple of different amazing things I think the Cowboys can do tonight at 58 to still really make this team better. I love the idea of getting after it with an inside linebacker, though, to shore up this run defense just a little bit more. I don't think at this point you can have much faith that Damone Clark's going to be the player that we hoped for last year when they were able to pick him up. The early returns aren't good. Yeah. Certainly he has plenty of room to grow and lots of upside as a great athlete, but you can't count on that right now. And that's your weak spot, that left guard right now. Yeah, and Mazi Smith should do, he should be making all these linebackers better, but how much better is a great question for guys like Damone Clark. But I do think that not only is it Dan Quinn, but I think the Cowboys looked around at the teams that they're competing with in this conference, and they say, well, geez, the Eagles have invested quite a bit there in that, not only D-line, but the interior of the defensive line. And the Niners, another team, absolutely, not only just on the D-line, but specifically the interior. They took Hargrave from Philadelphia and just made him a Niner. And so you're seeing the other top teams in your conference going heavy into making sure they got dominance in the interior. And so the Cowboys are like, well, dang, we probably need to get on board here as well.
Yeah, the Eagles went back to the well, to your point, with Jalen Carter. They made the replacement for Hargrave. That's a bummer. He was the top-rated player on Brian and my boards. I hope he doesn't end up working out now that he's a Philadelphia Eagle. But gosh, I mean, that's what you got to do. And the 49ers have put in premium picks to that. When you look over the course of their years, Tarek Armstead, the kid from South Carolina a few years ago.
Kinlaw.
Yeah, Javon Kinlaw. So, I mean, this is something where other teams that have had success within your own conference, they have put an emphasis on the big boys.
And seeing this dude's build, like watching him walk through the facility at 330-plus pounds, and the way that it's all
move for his size.
Oh, he can absolutely.
He is a rare prospect as a one-tech.
But, he wears that 330-plus pounds impeccably well. And what's the one thing we've always heard from guys like Bill Belichick and Nick Saban when they go to these combines? They're looking at that tuchus. And I think this guy leads the draft in tuchus for the year 2023. That is double cheeked up, freaking tank rear end. Yes. I'm like, bro, you got the greatest ass in the draft. You can be on my team.
The first line of my notes were power bottom.
Power bottom. Yeah, there's no question he is. Okay, Jim Irsay is committed to quarterback, obviously last night with Anthony Richardson, and right now this afternoon, Jim Irsay, Colts owner, SMU guy, asking fans whether they should pair Will Levis with Anthony Richardson or not. Do you want us to take two quarterbacks?
Bro, that's got to be Jim Irsay, not necessarily totally sober early out wee hours.
Might be hitting the medicine. That's a fair allegation.
This is probably fair why Jerry's not on Twitter.
You're not even like recklessly speculating here. Like that's the most logical thing. He is. I don't know.
They should take Levis. I think that'd be fun.
It's like the party never stopped from last night. That would be pretty dang fun.
Colts on Hard Knocks. We'll just see how this ends up playing out.
I love that the Colts went with Anthony Richardson though, because that is the boom kind of pick here, and he's a guy that resembles a little Jalen Hurts, right? He can run the ball extremely well. We're working on the passing game, but who's the head coach now, play caller in Indy? Same guy who was just the OC in Philadelphia. He's the perfect coach to be married to a guy like this. This is exactly what I think the Colts should have done, so kudos to them. We are now just over 2 hours away from my bet payoff here, the Breakfast of Champions, a 30-year-old bowl of Wheaties. The box sits on the table right here in front of your very eyes. And I'm trying to get some hunger worked up. You know, I enjoyed a half dozen wings here at the owner's box before the show. They're outstanding. The menu is outstanding.
That's me.
I got to do something, Lucius.
Man, if you were just back here, I could help you out.
And I might have to make
I know a way. I know a way.
I might have some performance enhancers over here somewhere. I'm tweeting a picture of it at Gavin Dawson. Please follow me there on Twitter if you'd like. There's the evidence, and you can come and see for yourself the unsealing of the box. This has not been opened, replaced with a bag of new Wheaties, and then sealed. Heck no. You'll be able to smell the cobwebs and the stale grain once these bad boys are open live here at the owner's box. I imagine dust is just going to poof right out as soon as that box opens. I would not be surprised.
There's not even cereal in there.
It's been in my closet. I worked at the grocery store. These came in on a pallet, right, in 1992 or something like that. And I was like, cool. So I took two of them right back there in the produce section. Yep. And I did. I purchased them, and I thought they might be worth something someday, but no, they're worth like $20 if the box is in perfect condition.
What if you're like eating a bowl of it and like we kind of figure out that you're wrong about they're actually worth something? Would you feel really terrible about that?
No, because
all of a sudden you're like eating and then you have another box.
He's got a bag.
But you could have two boxes.
I know, but hey, I got a bet payoff.
Okay.
And I'm willing to risk that here to entertain the audience and hopefully, finally satisfy you guys in your lusting for a bet payoff.
Never satisfied.
Okay, I believe Mazi Smith's going to join us, the Cowboys' first-round pick.
Yeah, I was hearing, Lucius is monitoring that. He's doing the press conference right now. As soon as he's done with that, he's going to join us hopefully sometime here in the next maybe 15 minutes or so.
Okay, Mazi Smith before too long right here. It's the Jeep Nation on 105.3 The Fan.
The latest from the Star in Frisco, as well as inside information from around the league. It's DFW's top football podcast for a reason. Love of the Star with Brian Broaddus and Bobby Bell, sponsored by Boomer Jacks on the Odyssey app or wherever your favorite podcasts are found.
Willie back with you to tell you about my homies at the Eagles Nest. It's Friday. We've made it through a week of great Texas sports, and it is Friday. Come enjoy some great specials at the Eagles Nest. They got all-day chicken strips, fries, or onion rings, and they've got it from 4 to 7 p.m. Half off select appetizers before the Rangers take on the Yankees, starting at 7:05. The Eagles Nest is the best place to watch sports. 73 in-house TVs. You can check out that gorgeous, stunning 163-inch LED screen. They're popping another one of those bad boys up next door as they're going to be expanding, so just bear with them as they do. You can find them 8455 Boat Club Road in Fort Worth, right around Eagle Mountain Lake. That's why it's called the Eagles Nest. Don't worry, Cowboy fans, they're not an Eagles sports bar. I would not support that. All right, go on, say what's up to my friends at the Eagles Nest, and they're going to be launching Ricky G's Wings sometime very, very soon. Tell them the Willie Bully sent you.
Dollar Shave Club's epic razors are now available in stores because sometimes shaving can't wait. Imagine you're all ready for a big date when you realize a thimble-sized troll has built a nest in your beard. You need to evict that sucker before the 7 p.m. reservation. Sure, there's a chance Alex might find his little sneer kind of cute, but that's not a chance you need to take. Because with Dollar Shave Club, a low-priced, fresh face is as close as the shaving aisle. Dollar Shave Club. Epic razors, epically affordable, in stores and online.
Hi, Babe Laufenberg here. Business owners, when it comes to your fleet, Classic Fleet and Commercial in Grapevine has you covered. They're the #1 Chevy fleet and commercial dealer in America, 3 years in a row. Plus, they ship nationwide and customize your fleet to fit your needs. Don't miss out. Go see them today and drive your business forward. This is Texas. This is classic. Find new roads. Classic Fleet and Commercial. Driving business since 1978.
Based on 2020-2022 GM Small Business and Dealer Fleet deliveries.
If you're within 10 years of retirement, listen up, because I know you're seeing what's going on with the stock market, and you want answers. This is Sean Sharif, sitting here with Jeff Jr. of Trades and Wealth. Jeff, Is there anything we can do to offset our losses?
Well, you might be surprised that there is. If your goal is income in retirement, you may qualify for an upfront bonus of up to 25% for opening an account and guaranteed growth of up to 10% per year for income. That'll certainly offset some of these market losses.
So if I invest $100,000, I can get up to 25 grand up front and up to 10% per year guaranteed?
That's exactly right, but keep in mind it's designed for income in retirement. So if you like the thought of getting a check every month that you can't outlive, this could be a great option for a portion of your assets.
If you're within 10 years of retirement and want up to a 25% bonus just for opening an account and up to 10% per year income growth, call Trajan Wealth today. Call 469-579-3500. Guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
After a long, hard work day, treat yourself. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Baby Doll Saloon Dallas is the ultimate after-work happy-hour spot. A true home away from home. Daily buffet Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Plus our stadium buffet Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And Sunday from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Baby Dolls is your sports headquarters, including all pay-per-view fights with no extra cover charge. There's always something fabulous happening at Baby Dolls. Baby Doll Saloon, 10250 Shady Trail. The legend lives on.
CarsForKids.org. Right off the car, not the kid.
CarsForKids.org is the best vehicle donation charity helping kids go from surviving to thriving. CarsForKids.org picks up vehicles in any condition for free.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
This is your captain. You may have noticed my new haircut on your way in. Wanted to look my best. Got the new passport photo taken at Staples. In and out 10 minutes. And while I'm there, I can grab travel-sized body wash. Maybe a shower cap. Don't want to mess up the new do.
Staples has everything you need to travel. 10-minute passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel items. And now at Staples, get 20% off your in-store purchase when you buy any travel service. Get all set to jet and save at Staples. Offer ends 4/29. In-store only. Exclusions apply.
If car designers can make cars look like anything, why are there so many boring cars? Why not a car that looks like an ancient sword? Or the future? The sky isn't even a limit at Nissan. Why be boring when you can make a katana blade slice through traffic? That's the Nissan Z. Or something from the future, whizzing by. And that's the Aria. Nissan. Redesign for thrill. The Aria has limited availability. See dealer for financing details.
This feels good! Why does he feel good? Because he has all the hot water he needs. Now, you can catch the feels with a Navient tankless hot water heater. Imagine all the hot water you want for as long as you need. No wasting money and energy. No more cutting that shower short. Just hot water all the time, every time. So feel good. So good. With a Navient tankless hot water heater. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com to learn more. Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil, like Pennzoil Platinum, can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for only $37.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's time for life without glasses and contacts. Tylock George Eye Care now has LASIK for as low as $150 per month with approved credit. LASIK from the very best. Tylock George Eye Care as low as $150 per month with approved credit. Call today and see better tomorrow. Tylock George Eye Care. Offices in Irving and McKinney.
George, I care. Wow.
Revolver Brewing.
Have you tried Revolver Brewing's collaboration with the Frisco Rough Riders? The beer is called Big State Blonde. It's a 5.5% blonde ale. It will be available in the stadium and throughout Frisco all season long. Enjoy responsibly.
Welcome back to G-Back Nation. Hope you're having a great day. Segment is brought to you by the Frankels. There's a reason you need a special license to drive a big truck. So companies that hire drivers and put them in a big truck should be held accountable for what happens when it will hurt you. Frankly, you need Franklin. Frankel, the consultation is always free at truckwreck.com. Segment's brought to you by Soda as well. We're looking for Mazi Smith to be joining us here in just a couple of minutes. John Bouchgras, ESPN hockey guy, is coming up at 4 o'clock. Chiafalo's Biggest L, Biggest Dub is coming up at about 3:40. How you guys feeling about the Stars tonight? You think they can finish off the series, or we got to take this thing to a seventh decisive game?
I think tonight's the night, man. Adi back in his home city. Grandma's going to be in attendance, I imagine. Papa Adi's going to be in attendance once again. It's going to feel like a home environment. He's going to get between those pipes, and he's not going to let anything through. He might pitch a back-to-back shutout situation. Well, I didn't predict the shutout in the previous game. I think we're going back-to-back shutties, boys.
Otter's the first player in NHL history to pitch a shutout in his hometown now with the Wild, and he's got 2 in the career of his in the postseason. They're going to need that tonight because you're going to give the Wild's best shot. I kind of think we're going to get Game 7 back here in Dallas unless Otter can't put up the shutout.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
We got Mazi now? Okay.
No, I was just saying, I'm throwing it back to you in case we did.
Okay, no. Mazi Smith is calling in the next couple of minutes. The Morning News has a story up here, the top 5 things to know about Mazi Smith, including his freakish athleticism that has a lot of Cowboys fans excited about. But if you could go over about 270 pounds and still move great, then you're legendary. You're special. And that applies to him, by a significant matter. And that's why the Cowboys like him, a significant run stopper who can really move out of East Kentwood, Michigan. So he is a Michigan guy through and through, it appears. Prior to last season, the Athletics' Bruce Feldman released his annual College Football Freaks list. And we actually talked about this and talked about Mazi Smith. And at the time, it sounded like a fantasy to me because the Cowboys weren't known for taking defensive tackles like this in the first round. But at the time, Feldman wrote rare power and agility. So rare, in fact, it's hard to find the right superlative to begin with. Well, let's start with this. Smith does 22 reps on the bench. And that's 325, not 225. Okay, we're going to have to continue with this story because the man that I was just describing joins you now, the newest Cowboy, the first-round pick out of Michigan, defensive tackle Mazi Smith. You're on your home with the Cowboys. And a good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you?
I'm fantastic, man. Couldn't be better.
Oh, well, we love everything about this story, and you joining the team there, and 22 times at 325. Is that your personal record there on the bench?
Yeah, that's my best one right there.
Man, that's unbelievable power and strength. I love some of the stories you've told already about coming out of the womb ready to get it done. So welcome to Texas, man. How did that press conference go? You settling in all right here in the first 24 hours?
Yeah, man, everything's going real smooth, man. Feel right at home. Everybody welcoming me, welcoming my mom, taking good care of us, and just showing us that showing us why the Cowboys is a great institution.
Hey, Mazi, we got to visit with you last night after you were selected, and you mentioned, we were asking about, hey, big party hanging out there, and it was just you and your mom. And obviously there's a special bond between you two. And you were so happy to know when you guys arrived at the airport this morning, you had that big smile on your face. Kind of brag on your mom a little bit, maybe how she got you to this point.
Ain't nobody tougher than my mama. My mama showed me what perseverance meant. She showed me what dedication is. The day I was born, my mama dedicated, her life to me and put me in the best position to be successful. And I don't take that lightly. And I'm forever appreciative and indebted to her. That's the only one I'm indebted to.
Well, Mazi, welcome to the Dallas Cowboys, man. We're absolutely thrilled to have you here. I did want to ask you and carry on the conversation about your mom. I saw a story that she used to threaten to take away your Pop-Tarts if you didn't make the next play in Pop Warner. Can you let the Tolos and the Cowboy fans know about the inside of the story?
So, it's a championship game. We played a team called the Bulldogs. We in the stand. They see in the stands, you know, it's the last game of the season. We got to win it. You know, I'm saying no, I'm saying zero, head up. And I hear the crowd yelling, "You don't make a play. You ain't get no Pop-Tart." I was like, and I hear it. I don't say nothing, but I'm like, all right, then, you know, I like Pop-Tarts. I don't want to lose my Pop-Tarts, so I went out and made the play. I think I made like 2 plays in a row. He said that.
What's the go-to Pop-Tart flavor?
Regular, original.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
The original Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Oh, the brown sugar action.
Yeah, that's good. That's good too.
Come on, man.
But now, what do you think you'll like better here in Texas? Do you think you'll be more of a Texas barbecue guy or the Tex-Mex cuisine?
Barbecue all the way.
What's your ideal?
All the way.
What's your favorite barbecue plate?
Man, can't go wrong with ribs. You know, the fish is always good. You know, but you can't go wrong with ribs. I like beef ribs though.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You got good taste,
You got really good taste.
Your guy, Mazi Smith, is here in the D-Bag
Off to a
Nation.
great start.
Yeah, you're in your bag right now, Mazi.
Hold on, did you find good barbecue? Where's the best barbecue you've had so far? Is that up in Michigan? You've been getting brisket?
Yeah, I get, so it's a place called Cuppy Square. They got anything you want, fried chicken, fried catfish, they got barbecue platters, they got grill platters, whatever you want, it's great.
Oh, it sounds a bit like a dream right there. Okay, well, what's the Mazi Smith eating claim to fame from a quantity standpoint? What would be like you're at a party and they're asking you and you're like, oh yeah, I've put down this many of this before.
So every Sunday when I was losing weight, I was about 50 pounds my freshman year. Every Sunday I had one of my roommates, you know, his name was Jeff Straight. He's good too, one of my guys. He'd take me to this place called Ann Arbor 56. And I get 30 wings and a pound of fries. And I eat half, go to sleep, wake up, and eat the other half.
Gosh, that's just the most ideal Sunday I could ever imagine, Mazi.
So, Mazi, we got to see, we played the audio earlier of Micah's his reaction to your pick. It was amazing. I mean, he's jumping up and down for joy. He was all about having you. Have you gotten to catch up with Micah, any of your other teammates so far, since you just had the pressure?
I ain't got to catch up with him yet. I caught up with Oscar, I caught Tyler Smith, I caught JD, Jordan Lewis over IG. And was really just been able to catch up with them so far. You know, Oscar told me, he said, you know, this defense is meant for us to eat. And we have a lot of fun. You know, and you know, Mike said no more sleep. So we're gonna make sure that ain't happening no more.
No more tush push.
Yeah, so shoot down Jalen Hurts the Eagles for us, please.
Gosh, I cannot wait to watch you just eat Jason Kelsey's lunch twice a year. That's going to be so badass.
Hey, Mazi, I was going to ask you, what was your impression when you met AD, your defensive line coach? Did his accent throw you off with the British accent? Did it throw you off at first? And did you have to kind of do a double take at it when he started talking to you?
Yeah, I looked at him and I was okay. And then he started talking. And I was like, where is he from? Because he's not here. And I asked him, he told me, and it was funny because I was talking to him about this other guy who was on the track with his son. But I didn't know it was his son at the time. And I was like, oh, you sound like you know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, that's my son. So it was just funny. It's just funny getting along and catching up, you know. But my roommate in college, they was driving me from Houston.
Okay. That's a bigger deal football over there. Multiple hands of football now in there. UK's Mazi Smith is joining you here on your home of the Cowboys. Mazi, have you ever lost a tug of war?
Oh, yeah, like 50 kids.
That's how many of you take 50 man children.
Like 50 kids is good.
What does that feel like to always know that in every room you're in, you are the strongest human being in that room?
If I wanted to, I could pick all y'all up. That's what it is.
Oh, I love it. Now, Mazi,
my pleasure.
I do think that you are the best run defender in the draft, but I think people are sleeping on your pass rush ability. I get maybe at Michigan, you weren't as do that a ton. But what do you think about your game when it comes to pass rushing?
You know, I think I got a lot of ability. I think you just gotta, it's like a big old cube, a stone. You gotta chisel it down until it's just right. You know, of course, power rush is first, but of course also focus on what I do here too. You know, just stopping the run and stopping that ball from moving on everything it passes. But you know, here they got great passes already. I'm just trying to learn from them and see what I can do.
Yeah, they're excited to have you, Mazi. Now, with this kind of athleticism and size, as an athlete, football had to be a natural fit, but what else can you play, or did you play as a kid coming up?
I was young, you know, real young. I played everything from soccer to baseball to, I kind of had to stay busy. My mom kept me busy, played football, did track. She did bowling. Yeah, did bowling.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Well-rounded athlete.
Mike is big into bowling as well. I think you might end up having to face off against him.
What size bowling ball? But you're not good anymore. What size bowling ball would it take, though, to fit those fingers in there, Mazi?
What's the heaviest one to get?
Oh, geez, I don't know, but I guess that's probably the request. Whenever you walk in, it's the biggest, heaviest one you got. That's for me. All right, Mazi. Well, welcome to town. I imagine your mom's coming with you. Is she happy that you're coming to the Cowboys?
Yeah, she is ecstatic. She is ecstatic.
Okay. Who's your favorite Cowboys player of all time?
You know, Notre Dame. The linebacker from Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, okay. Jalen Smith.
When he was coming out, that was my favorite. That was probably my favorite player in the draft that year. And to see him, you know, I know he had some little slipper, you know, but he still, you know, got there and still did his thing and still doing it.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable college career there for Jalen Smith, and a great guy. We'd love to have him here with the Cowboys, and we'd love to have you as well, Mazi. Again, congratulations and best of luck to you. We'd like to say give them hell to be pulling for you.
Oh, yes, sir.
There he goes. Yes, sir. Salute to you, Mazi Smith here. The newest Cowboy on 105 through the fan. They're getting 2 more players tonight at 58. Our coverage will resume on the Odyssey app. Will, Chuck, and Broadus are going to be out of here within the next hour or so to head back up to the Star and start, holding down that coverage for you into the evening. You are going to have Texas Rangers and New York Yankees on 105 through the fan, but get on the Odyssey app or get on DallasCowboys.com there to watch these guys give you the best draft coverage you can find anywhere. Biggest L with Chia Follows coming up next. Where are we going with that, sir?
Well, I kind of want to pivot because I know Broadus is getting out of here. I want to put Broadus through the same type of obstacle course that we put Dak Prescott through at training camp. So we're going to put Broadus through the ringer next.
Oh, I love it. I love talking about Men's T Clinic with you as well, though. Here we are. We're already in draft 2023. If your New Year's resolution was to get your edge back to edge up, Men's T Clinic is ready for you. They're not going anywhere. 5 DFW locations. All you have to do is get online, menstclinic.com, and take that first step of booking an appointment. Get into Men's T Clinic. They'll take a little blood. They'll take a look at your vitals, and they want to know what's going on with your testosterone, your free testosterone, and then we're going to optimize a plan to get that edge up and to get you back to being you, so you can be up for the meeting or the big weekend warrior activities you got going on. Maybe you're still playing football. Hey, salute to you. You're holding up good. Maybe you're running marathons and you want a little extra boost. Men's T Clinic, they have a patient-first approach that has allowed them to dominate the industry when it comes to hormone replacement therapy. But it's not just about the testosterone. They also have great sexual wellness offerings. They can help you shed unhealthy visceral fat and optimize everything. Non-surgical injury therapies, hair loss, and so much more. It's menstclinic.com. Salute.
Hey, thanks to Rockwell Ford. It's 35 minutes of commercial-free van and the expressway. Sean and RJ mornings at 7:20, KNC middays at 12:20, and afternoons with G-Bag at 5:20. Right here on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Hey, Mary, is that a new phone?
Yeah, just upgraded at T-Mobile. Their new Go 5G Plus plan gives me the same great phone deals as new customers.
I am so jealous. AT&T's got me locked into a 3-year device contract, and my phone is locked to their network, too.
Ooh, that's a long time.
3 years! That's like the length of 2.5 relationships.
It's time to ditch AT&T. Bring your locked phone and T-Mobile will pay it off and they'll give you a new 5G phone for free.
Ooh, you hear that, AT&T?
Introducing the Easy Unlock. Bring your AT&T locked phone. Trade it in. T-Mobile will pay it off up to $650 and give you one of the latest 5G smartphones for free. Plus, next time you're ready for an upgrade a whole year earlier, free your phone now at T-Mobile.
Pay out via virtual prepaid MasterCard in 15 days. Free phone. You get 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified, plus tax and device connection charge. Contact us before canceling to continue bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. See T-Mobile.com.
Make your next heating repair, HVAC repair, maintenance job easier with SupplyHouse.com. Get the plumbing, HVAC, and electrical parts you need at the speed you need with Supply House's TurboTrack delivery service and receive your parts in under 24 hours. Visit SupplyHouse.com to learn more or order parts.
Hey, Rangers fans, now there's a credit card designed just for you. The new Rangers Clubhouse Rewards credit card, you earn points with every purchase. Then redeem those points for great stuff, including game tickets, merchandise, and once-in-a-lifetime experiences, like throwing out a first pitch, taking batting practice on the field, or even a game day catch with a Rangers reliever. To apply now, just visit rangers.clubhouserewards.com/apply. That's rangers.clubhouserewards.com/apply.
Yes, we do have availability. Those dates for how many guests?
Andrea's Boutique Hotel is the destination to tie the knot.
Oh, you want the whole property?
She needs an assistant to catch the bookings bouquets.
249 guests, oh, and 3 dogs.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Raymond Yachts here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching a kid how to parallel park. Ouch. Turns out he likes to do it by feet. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, trunk lids, license plate holders, and headlights. They've got lots of headlights. When you need parts, get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's gonna fit. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I am Kim Miller of TexasLending.com. Many people are sitting on a nice 2.5% interest rate in a mortgage. Things are good. Other people have debts. And if you're one of those people with debts, call TexasLending.com for a home equity cash out refinance. It might benefit you. Call for a free quote at TexasLending.com today. 972-387-4600 or go online today. TexasLending.com.
4100 Alpha Road, Suite 300, Dallas, Texas, 75244. NMLS number 137773. Equal Housing Lender.
Kansas City Steak Company, another AmericanEagle.com success story. Started in 1932 as a family-owned butcher shop, today they're a leading distributor of superior all-American steaks delivered right to your door, ready for the grill and your taste buds. When it came to their website, an average site wouldn't do. They chose AmericanEagle.com to take their site to the next level. With a dramatic increase in competition and a softening market demand, they had 2 challenges: improve their brand presence and message and produce a positive return. AmericanEagle.com got to work and executed usability studies and detailed audits of site experience, digital assets, and marketing. The results, an integrated digital marketing and customer experience plan, organic traffic increase of 20%, and a long-term roadmap for success. If you love great steaks, go to KansasCitySteaks.com for website design, development, and online solutions that bring efficiency and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. If you need a results-driven website, call the team at AmericanEagle.com at 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
Ole back with you to talk to you about my friends over at the Eagles Nest in Fort Worth. It is Friday. We made it through the week. Go treat yourself at the Eagles Nest. They've got some great specials for you to enjoy. They got all-day chicken strips and fries or onion rings. You get them from 4 to 7 p.m. They have half-price appetizers, half off on select appetizers before we got our baseball team hosting New York tonight. Starting at 7:05. Eagles Nest is the best place to watch sports. We can attest to you. We were out there for March Madness. It was electric. They got 73 in-house TVs, and you can check out that brand new spanking 163-inch LED screen. They're getting another one of those ready to put up because they're going to be expanding soon. 8455 Boat Club Road in Fort Worth. They've also got Ricky D's wings coming out soon because those wings are absolutely delicious. Go by to the Nest, tell them Zach from the Fan sent you, and get ready because that is the place to watch sports right by Eagle Mountain Lake. The Eagles Nest really sent you.
If you're 65 years or older, or will soon turn 65, look to a Medicare plan that cares back. From Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas. Get the right plan now for all your big plans ahead. Go to bcbstx.com/Medicare. Over 90 years here in Texas. You have a partner committed to you, providing the peace of mind you deserve, and the comfort of always having someone to trust. You've been waiting for retirement. That means a trusted Medicare plan from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas is here waiting for you, ready to provide security for your journeys ahead. So if you're 65 years or older, new to Medicare, retiring, or have lost your health coverage, visit bcbstx.com/Medicare and get the guidance you need for your coverage options. Now is the time to go with experience, go with confidence, and go with the benefit of Blue. Through it all. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Baseball is back. The free Odyssey app lets you listen to local coverage for the team you love. Live stream your favorite sports radio station, or jump back and listen to the best segments on demand.
Don't forget we talk to the manager every Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Don't listen to some guy from the other side of the country tell you about your team. Live conversations for your local team, no matter where you are. Your season, your Odyssey. Get in the game and download the free Odyssey app today.
Get the top stories, exclusive podcasts, video content, and much more 24/7 at 1053thefan.com.
This segment of The Fan is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet.
That's right. That's right. We are live in the owner's box of the Omni, and it is a Friday. We are downtown. Come watch round 2 of the draft. Old Chuck and Broaddus are going to be out of here before too long. The owner's box has some great fan hats they're giving away. Giafalo is currently modeling one on our stream. They have $25 gift cards they're giving away as well. And coming up at 5:20, the Breakfast of Champions bet payoff, eating a 30-year-old bowl of Wheaties. So you can watch that as well. Here's Giafalo with some content. Okay, so Broaddus, days 2 and 3 of the NFL draft are considered the days of the scouts.
Day 3.
Day 3 in particular.
Day 3.
Yeah, and that's what we deem it, right? Day of the Scouts.
Day of the Scouts.
Day of the Scouts. Okay.
Day Los Scouts.
You are our resident scout, and I have this funny feeling that not everybody puts in the same amount of prep as you when it comes to these day 3 prospects. You're watching hundreds and hundreds of dudes, and so you're giving real-time, accurate analysis of the no-name dude from the no-name schools getting picked in round 6.
Breaks the norm.
Now, he breaks the norm in a huge way. I feel like most of these analysts across the board, these networks, okay, when you get into day 3 and you're sitting round 5, round 6, round 7, they're just completely making stuff up. They're looking at the name, they're going to get like one quick tidbit about the guy, and then they're just going to talk and ramble about him, and they've never seen him play. And so I wanted to do a little something fun with you, where I know you're putting in the work for this, but I also feel like you're a pro that you can generically describe a player that you've never seen. The same way that we did it with Dak and I'm smart. Yeah. We're going to paint just a hypothetical picture, and you can give, you just have these generic answers you can give to a random team that is just completely made up. And so I'm going to give you made-up names, made-up positions, made-up schools, and I just want you to give me the made-up scouting report for these guys that I know NFL Network and ESPN are going to give me on television starting tomorrow in like round 5 and 6. Is that cool with you?
That's cool. Now, I'll tell you what, one of the biggest fears that a media scout has, that someone is going to ball sack you and just do exactly what you're about to do. They're like, hey, what about this Corey Smith from Yale?
Oh, and he doesn't even exist.
He doesn't even exist. And sometimes, like, there's been media scouts that have lost. I mean,
that's why you're very careful to be like, I haven't looked at the guy.
Absolutely. If Corey Smith's name doesn't come right off the top of my head on that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, I haven't seen the player.
Broadus is a media scout that will never get ball sacked in that way, at least.
That's right. He's unball sacked.
That's right. But it's happened, and I've heard it.
No, it happens.
And it's terrible if you're a radio host or you're playing a joke on somebody that do this. I mean, it really is.
It's a great bit, honestly.
It's not a great bit. It's really not.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious for us. Well, no, I saw a man's career get ruined.
I should have been honest
by doing this.
Oh,
yeah.
Can you tell us who, or is that off air?
What's that?
Can you say who it was, or is that not on air?
I'll talk to you off the air. But yeah, a guy lost it.
Yeah, a guy lost it. Okay, well, I got a couple of promising day 3 guys that I think could be, late round gems for the teams. Like maybe it's the next Brock Purdy.
I've been putting in the time.
Yeah, I've been putting in the time, and so I just wanted to get your thoughts on these guys. Looking forward to hear their names called tomorrow when we're listening to the draft all day. Walchuk and Broadus and Bobby and Kyle Yeomans and Aisha Morrison. It's going to be amazing. The first guy I'm excited about, he's a corner out of NC State. Broadus is Taylor Williams.
Yeah, NC State. They're known for their cornerbacks at NC State. And Taylor Williams is one of these kids that when you watch him play, he plays as a boundary corner. So, he's not to the field side. He plays like near that sideline. And so that kind of helps him in his ability. He's not one of these guys that's kind of twitchy in the way he plays.
Right.
But the boundary corner has that boundary corner that kind of helps him because he uses the sideline to his advantage right there. You can watch the Clemson game where they're just thinking, firing guys at him, and it's just pass after pass after. He gives up a couple of plays along the way. They took him down the sideline one time. He didn't really play the ball all that well in the air.
Day 3 guy.
I think he's a day 3 guy, yeah. But you know what? There's some teams that kind of like him maybe a little bit earlier. But for me, he would be a day 3 guy.
Okay, I think you absolutely nailed this guy. Not overly twitchy, but there's some promise there.
Yeah, there is. There's some things, but I think the boundary corner aspect of it bothers me. I'd like to see him play on that open side of the field.
The 817 is a great point. Eric probably loved coming up with this segment since this is going on.
Yeah, dude, I've been sitting on this one all week long, man. I've been fired up for this one. Here we go. We got just a nasty guard out of Wisconsin. They just keep cranking these guys out. This Michael Sims guy. I know you love the Dancing Bears, Broadus.
Yeah, Michael Sims. He's a guy. When you look at these Wisconsin linemen, when they play, they're like Winnebago stacked in there.
Right.
They're guys. They got their asses are like 2 axe handlers wide.
My thoughts exactly.
And you're just sitting there, and when they're playing these teams, they're playing Big Ten, and you're thinking like kind of slow, ploddy, kind of really don't. But man, when they get movement, you have to appreciate the way this kid plays. Kid's been at Wisconsin 6 years. He doesn't want to leave. He's one of those guys that's just, he's all about the program. He's from a small town up there in Wisconsin, where you kind of, when you drive through, you're like, you're going to miss it. But he's that type of kid. He wasn't highly recruited, probably a 1 or 2 star kind of guy, but he's kind of a self-made guy. Did a great job at Wisconsin, takes coaching extremely well, because he's not the most talented guy, but man, his ass is so wide. Boy, it's like Winnebago stacked up there. Like, a tailgate party, those Winnebagos all parked together.
Yeah,
that's what Wisconsin's offensive line looks like.
That's 100% Michael Sims, man. Yeah, this guy nailed. There's a couple of, you feel like even though he's a day 3 guy, he could be plug and play right away, and it's because of that.
Yeah, never been Wisconsin kids on plug and play.
Super deep running back class, Broadus. I know you were high on Bijan, but there's guys like Trey Wilson, running back out of Oregon, that I feel like you get great value in maybe the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah, Trey Wilson, though. You know what? He's a guy, he rotates, though, for Oregon. He's not a starter, so I don't know if you can really rely on him. But you get him down in the red zone, this is where he has some production. They'll sub him into the game, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait, Wilson's in there playing right now, and then they hand him the ball, and he'll take the tough inside, though. He'll find the hole, maybe make a jump cut, maybe, but he's a guy that'll lower his controller, always kind of finishing forward. You never see him get knocked back.
No.
And when he gets out wide, too, I mean, he's lunging for the corner. He's not going to get knocked to the sidelines and not score there. He's been able to turn that corner, get up the field, plant that foot, and then be able to score.
Gosh, I love a lunger. 100%, yeah. And he's the kind of guy that you hear people describe as like 300 pounds below below the waist. You know, he's zigging when others are zagging.
Yeah, he's the type of guy. I think he's a much better red zone player than any time in the field.
Magnet for the end zone kind of guy.
He's got a nose. He's got a nose for the end zone. Yeah, he sure does.
Well, that was a home run situation right
well
there.
Well done by both of you.
Through the board. Nice work.
Thank you, gentlemen.
These were players, by the way.
No, I just made up names and positions, but you hit that out of the park.
Well done by Broadus.
You get a little rhythm to them.
Yeah.
You get a little rhythm when you're talking about these players. Have you noticed that?
You were in the zone. You were channeling it. Yeah, it was terrific.
That was impressive.
Thank you.
We are live at the owner's box here at the downtown Dallas. If you want a fan Tolo decal, that's a hot item right there. It looks great on the back of your vehicle. We got those for you. The owner's box giving away a $25 gift card every 30 minutes. They're giving away a 105 to the fan camouflage hat as well. And we'd love to see you down here enjoying round 2 coverage. Wolchuk and Broadus are going to be on their way up to the Star here before too long. We have ESPN hockey broadcaster John Buchagras. He will join you and talk Stars and Wild and NHL playoffs coming up next year on the Fan.
Man, I'm going to be reminiscent about last night's Pluckers draft party for an extremely long time. That was legendary stuff. Shout out to the City View location, the single newest Pluckers location on the south side of Fort Worth. The Tolos showed up in a huge, huge way. The party was outstanding, and I cannot wait to get back to a Pluckers very, very soon. 8 locations now, thanks to that new City View location. Double it up in Fort Worth. You got Addison, Grapevine, Plano, Dallas, Arlington, and Allen. There is no better sports watching place. You get the wings, you get the Holy Mac, you crush those fried Oreos, you're pounding beers. Next thing you know, you just had the best time of your life.
Man, I saw people order those Pluckers nachos. Those looked absolutely outstanding as well. Dawson was crushing those as we were out in Addison. Make sure for the rest of the draft you're partying with our friends over there at Pluckers. They were named the best sports bar in DFW by the Dallas Observer, as well as one of the top 10 wing restaurants in America by USA Today. Pluckers, fresh, not frozen, made from scratch, and we love us some wings. And remember, if you don't like their wings, they'll give you the bird.
Always a welcome sign for this clubhouse. Featuring breaking sports news, inside info, opinion, with laughs along the way. Turn it on, leave it on. The Fan and the Odyssey app.
Wolchuk back with you to tell you about my friends over at Elite Skincare. If you've been suffering from hair loss or thinning, I got that solution for you. Just go visit my buddy, Dr. Michael Bailey, and his amazing wife, Angela, as they're introducing Alma Ted, the most advanced technology for regaining thicker and fuller hair. I went in there after my first session. Just a month later, they already showed a ton of growth on the back, on the top, and I grew half an inch when it came to my receding hairline. It is worth it, Tolos. It's an easy 40-minute procedure, and the consultation is free. You also get $500 off when you mention Polo or my name, Zach Wolchuk. Nothing to lose. Consultation's free. Get that $500 off specifically for our Tolo listeners. It only takes about 3 to 5 treatments. I've already done 2. Just go to EliteSkinCenter.com. That's EliteSkinCenter.com.
This is Jim Rome with an Odyssey Sports Minute. One more thought about the NFL quarterbacks in day 1 of the draft. Turns out all the Will Levis hype was just smoke, but the Anthony Richardson hype was incredibly real. Because of course it was. The guy showed up at the combine at 6'4", 245, ran a 4.43, and can throw the ball a mile. So I love the Colts taking him where they took him. I'm Jim Rome.
You into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message data rates required.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got